Aloha from my radio desk here on Molokai, Hawaii. I just want to close out on the XHData D-328 shortwave radio series. And this one, I'm going to, at the end, I'm going to kind of go over and talk about this price point a little bit too. But this radio, and if you've been watching my videos, I've had a lot in this category. And I've been pretty much recommending them all. XHData D109 had a little bit too much bleed over, so there was better options out there. And I'm going to say that this one is a pretty good radio to grab. Again, they're about $21 right now. I was able to get it with a coupon on Amazon, delivered and taxed. I got it for $16. So it put it right there with the Redicus V115. Features were pretty similar, and I went over that during the last video. So the only things that I don't like about it are it doesn't have a digital display, which would be very nice, but it does make up for it, in my opinion, with the tuning wheel. So you're able to go ahead and tune it in, and for the most part, the scale on here on this analog display is pretty accurate. Now, whether that's going to stay over time, I have no idea, but it isn't too bad. You can pretty much get what you can find the radio station on the internet if you need to, and you'd be able to get it off the scale, and you'd be able to find it pretty close. Everything works pretty good. The main things that you're going to be using all the time, which is why I prefer the wheel, is the for changing the station. The wheel is, those usually last pretty well. And the same thing with the volume. It's just a little bit more convenient than the Redicus having the buttons. Now, the one feature that I didn't test out, I don't have a card, is the recording aspect of this. And that would be a big feature for a lot of people. I don't use it that much. I mainly do the videos and things like that to post. So, but I could see where it'd be handy, and plus it is a voice recorder too, so you can record yourself and store it right on there. But the best things about it is that it comes ready to go. It comes with the rechargeable battery. It comes with the battery charger. So this is ready to go right out of the box. But like most shortwave radios, you're going to want to have an external antenna. And, this price point, what I've seen, you got to get up into about the $30 range or so, $30 to $40 before you get an external antenna jack. So that would be definitely a big plus to this. Although, most people have been doing antennas and messing with them for a long time. Using the alligator clips isn't a big deal. The contact isn't always the best, and sometimes they'll slip off and fall off, so they can be a pain. But then again, they're fairly easy too, and cheap to get, and anybody can do it. So, and this did hold its own. You saw the videos. I had it up against the crane. It held its own for reception there. I did notice a little bit of bleed over on some really strong stations, where when I was turning the dial, I could see where it moved quite a bit. So you had part of the frequencies below it and above it would have been covered up a little bit. You wouldn't have been able to hear if there was another station there. It was not near as bad as the D109 from XHData. So this was a bigger improvement on that, which why I really don't have a problem recommending this radio. Again, $15. I don't, it's good to throw in a suitcase, throw in your pocket, keep in the car. How well it's going to hold up, I don't know. You got this, flimsy little back angle holder for yourself. But it's pretty solid. It's got a pretty good hinge, but you know how those things are. That's usually one of the first things to break. So, but for $15, why not? So yes, would I grab this radio? Yeah, especially if you can get it on sale in the $15 range. Once you start to get up into $20, and that's where I want to talk a little bit about this price point. This will get you in to shortwave radio. You'll be able to listen to some shortwave stations, and you're going to quickly learn that an external antenna is what you're going to want to have. If you're listening to shortwave, you're going to have some type of shortwave antenna to get serious about it. Depending on your location, you might have some stations that come in really well, like if you're close to Okeechobee, Florida, where WRMI transmits out of. You'll probably be able to get that station really well with just a telescopic antenna. But again, you're always going to want more if something is on that you're not interested in. You're going to want a different station. And while there are a few, you're definitely going to increase your number of stations you can pick up with that external antenna. And then it gets into the whole hobby of DXing and trying to be able to pick up some of the farthest stations and being able to listen to those programs. So once you're down in the $10 range, that can definitely get you started. If you're a radio listener and you enjoy just sitting there, though, you're going to quickly want to go get a better radio. When you get these small portables like this, and again, it's going to depend on where you're listening at and what your listening habits are. If you're sitting on your chair in your front room, having a little portable is all right for picking stuff up that way. But if you're going to sit down and listen somewhere, sit down on a radio desk like I often do, and just turn the knob and turn the tuner and try to find something, it's going to be it's going to be uncomfortable using this. You're going to want a different type of radio. And also, you get better features, better sensitivity the more you spend, just like anything else. So if you really think, and especially I think this is for the people who were into radio when they were younger, in their teens, in their 20s, and now they're getting back into their hobby and they want to listen to more radio, I really think you're going to benefit from skipping this price range of radios. If you still have your doubts on whether there's stuff on shortwave to listen to, you can go, the cheapest route is to go onto a web or internet SDR and check and see what's around and see what you can pick up on different frequencies in different areas. But for that, if you're going to be listening more, I would jump right into around the $50 range if you can. In that range, you're going to get a much nicer radio than this. A lot of times, the sound quality isn't going to be that great. Just like on this one in the Redicus, the sound quality was okay for what it is, but you can offset that totally by plugging in headphones. And if you have headphones, you're gonna increase the quality of the radio quite a bit because it's going to sound that much better. So and most people have a set of headphones that they can use. So using headphones would be a big improvement on this for your listening pleasure and to be able to understand it. Plus, the headphones, if you really get serious into DXing, you can pick up some of those faint stations and being able to hone in on those and listen to those. So headphones is definitely an accessory that if you're going to get into listening to shortwave radio, you're going to want to do. You're going to want to grab it. Make sure you get a good pair. Make sure you're going to get a pair that's comfortable, that's going to, you can sit there for a few hours with them on without any fatigue on your ears or on your head. And sometimes that's hard to do. I've got this set here. I'll make a video on that. I'm actually going to bring it up on VOSR International on the Shortwave Radio Show, and I'm going to go over and do a segment on these headphones here. So anyways, so this price point has a purpose. If that's all you can get, get it. Yeah, you're going to be okay. You're going to be able to hear some stuff. It's going to be pretty good on AM. Pretty good on FM, and on shortwave, depending on your location, it'll do pretty good, and then you can always improve all that with an antenna. So, as long as you know that going in, you're going to be fine. And plus, you'll be able to afford that anyways, and to know you're going to need the antenna is going to be the big thing. So, yes, would I recommend this XHData D-328? Yeah, I would in circumstances if you're going to want to be getting into shortwave or getting into radio listening, definitely you can't go wrong with it. It's going to work for you. It's going to work, and especially in different locations. Now, I don't have a lot of interference here on Molokai. It's a pretty rural island here in Hawaii. But I do live in a condo, so I do get some interference at times. So this might have more issues in a bigger city environment also. So you have to keep that in mind whenever you're buying a radio. You have to keep in mind where you're at, where you're going to be listening at. But again, to throw this in the car, so when you're someplace else or when you're going out for a walk or something, you can grab this and put it on, put headphones on. It'll be great. So yes, for $15, this is definitely a buy. I do consider it myself a slight step up from the Redicus V115, only because that V115 didn't have a tuning knob. And the buttons, while you do get used to them after a while, and to know which one does what, and it's just a matter of time getting used to that and working with it. I do prefer having a tuning knob. To me, that's kind of a deal breaker. But I know that's not going to be for everyone. So I just want to make sure that I brought that part of it up. All right, so from my radio desk here on Molokai, Hawaii, we're going to close this out. Yes, the XHData D-328, it's a pretty good radio for the price. Check it out and see if you can pick one up. And so again, I paid $16 for this one with a coupon not that long ago. It was only a couple weeks ago from when this video was posted. All right, aloha.